everyone, Cotswolds Girl here. Hope you're well. Wanted to do a quick video today, just based on I've got a couple more blogs coming out. I'm going to be sort of doing things a little bit more frequently now, so hoping to get a lot more people on board and have a bit of a chat about some cool things. But I wanted to do one today, just rather than sort of going back and reflecting on a lot of things, just about how, like, in the last couple of days I've had some really great days, and I've been very, very positive and all of this sort of stuff, but somehow, like, I there are times where I just literally get to a point where it's like I shouldn't be feeling like I am. Something is just draining my energy and I can't put my finger on it, and it was just the weirdest thing. And it just sort of, I'm not even sure where it came from, to be perfectly honest with you. But on the weekend, I ended up going into London and doing a photo shoot for a photography studio that I am signed up with. So I'm just sort of getting a few of my portfolio pictures updated and a few of those sorts of things. It was literally the best day. It was all about me. I just did my own thing. Ended up getting my nails done, I absolutely love getting my nails done. It just makes me feel so much better about myself. But went into London, did that, had my nails done, just had a complete day to myself, and was feeling just absolutely on top of the world. So I came back, ran myself a bath, and just basically had a bit of me time, which you really need to do. And I just couldn't shake the next day. I just couldn't shake this feeling of being, it was just really drained, and I couldn't figure what was sapping my energy, because I'd had such a great day the day before. I'd had a really good night's sleep, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And it was just it was just really bizarre. So I sat back and I thought, well, what have I, who have I spoken to, or what's impacted me over the last sort of couple of days. And I was really sort of thinking about it, and whether it was just like that Sunday feeling, before, on a Monday, where you sort of think, oh, work again, here we go, whether it was that or what it was. It's really odd. But then I just sort of thought, you know what, I'm an empath. Like, I'm a very empathetic person. I'm one of these people that will, go absolutely to the wall for my friends and my family. And, I will literally be that person. But taking on all of that energy, over the last sort of month or so, when I've sort of been going through ups and downs, I think I've just been taking it on and just burying it and not dealing with it. And it just seemed to, at the weirdest moment, just seemed to sort of bubble up. and again, it was just for no apparent reason. It just sort of all sort of came up, and I'm thinking, right, okay, well, how do I sort of get myself out of this funk? Because there's nothing in my world that was causing me to be like that. So how do I sort of shrug this energy? How do I get out of this? It's just sort of, this is not mine, this is something else. And I thought about that for a little bit, and I'm like, do you know what? As an empath, you're a sponge. You absorb people's energies. You take on things and battles that aren't necessarily your own, but because you're so full of feeling, and you put yourself in the place of others, and because of the love and affection that you have for others, you want to be giving of yourself the whole time, and you want to be, you want to be that person. You want to be a strong person. You want to be a sounding board. You want to be that person for the people that you love. So I realized that I've been doing that, and I've literally been absorbing all of this, and I needed to get rid of it. So I'm like, right, okay, well, how do I do that as an empathetic person? Like, how do I sort of reverse all of this? And I came up with a saying, and I literally just said it over and over to myself, and it was, this is not my issue. This is not my problem. This is not my cross to bear. Let it go. Let it fall like water off a duck's back. Not my concern, not my aura. And I said that a number of times, and instantly it just sort of lifted. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not it's not me. It's not my problem. It's something that I've taken on that I shouldn't have, that's impacted me. I need to let it go. And as soon as I came to that realization and I started saying, that affirmation to myself, it felt so much better. Literally from that point on, I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to have a complete day to myself. I'm going to read my book, and the day literally just turned around, and it was a physical feeling. Like I literally felt like I'd lost 2 or 3 kilos. Just internally, it just opened things up. And isn't it amazing how energy can do that to you? So it ended up just having a lovely day that could have turned, into something a little bit horrific. It ended up being great just by sort of recognizing that of myself. And I just wonder whether everyone out there, we're in busy cities, we've got family, we take on all of this energy from everything else around us, from our environment around us and from people around us, that weighs us down, and it's not ours to take on. You've got to really focus on yourself and being empathetic and being there for people and whatever. That's fantastic. That's something that's to be applauded and recommended. But to take that on as your own, you have to find that fine line of, yes, I'm going to be there, but then I'm not going to take that on. So it's really tricky. And until I became sort of aware of it, I would have never have thought that was a thing. But now for me, it absolutely is. And so whenever I'm feeling like that, I'm now going to sort of step away and say, okay, not my problem, not my cross to bear, not my fight to fight. Let it go and get back into my yellow zone. So, and I know that sounds really, really witchy poo and whatever else, but it actually worked. It worked for me, and look, it may well work for you. You might do something similar yourselves. But I just recognized it, and I just wanted to sort of give that to you guys today, that, if you're feeling like that, maybe you're in that trap, and maybe you do need to say, actually, I'm going to step away from that. That's not my energy. That's not mine to take on. And hopefully that makes a difference. I guess the other thing is that, the lessons that I've learned as being an empath, was basically I need to, to be able to be there for others and to be able to give of myself to others, I need to make sure that I'm full. So think of it like a petrol tank. You're not going to drive 20 miles on or 100 miles on a quarter of a tank of petrol and think that you're going to get to your destination. It's just not going to happen. So if you're not content and full within yourself, having filled your own cup first, there's no way that you're going to have enough to be able to give to others. And that's one thing that, again, I had to really sort of drill down and say, actually, I'm not going to be my best for someone else if I don't input into myself. So that's number one. So whatever that works for you, whatever fills your cup, do it. So whether that's something creative, whether that's, cooking, dancing, singing, painting, anything creative, photography, anything that sort of gets you out of your zone and really sort of is food for the soul, do it. Honestly, because again, you can't be at your best, for your family and for others and your friends if you're not internally okay. And the other thing was that, if it's not yours, let it go. So if you're stuck in that energy of someone else, you have to let it go. You have to, because otherwise it will manifest in different ways, and you'll end up waking up on a beautiful Sunday morning feeling like absolute crap and not knowing why. So got to do that. And the other thing is, especially as an empath, and we work busy jobs where you have to indulge that creative element to be able to then nourish your soul. And as I said, depending on what that is, you have to do you, and whatever that manifests for you, but don't feel guilty about it. It's important. So anyway, I hope this may have rung a bell for you. It certainly did for me. It's been a bit of a light bulb moment, if I'm honest. I hope all is well. Big old hugs, and I will see you in my next video. Lots of love. Bye.